Wait, that's happening now? West Virginia Wire, Regina reacts.
Oh, tenfold. There'll nothing good come to people that's evil like you.
Then she said, if you're going to Beyonce's concert, you're stupid. They've officially turned on their queen bee. And now they're out here windmilling on TikTok, mad at not just Beyonce, but also at Ticketmaster, the real villain here, and even other fans who managed to secure tickets. It's pure chaos.
Yeah. She goes 35 for 30 minutes. I get to the back, and she wasn't being clear on the instructions. She starts telling me that's the first song, that's the second song. And then I was like, okay, after 30 minutes, I was like, okay, I'll pay you my 35. And I get up to pay her the 35. And then afterwards, she's like, you owe 175.
Come on! Come out! Come out! Come outside!
This is a woman.
What?
Not a dude, a woman.
Stop this madness.
Black woman.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to our first episode of Mixing It Up with West Virginia Wire and Mixed Texan Report. We have some great stuff we're going to react to. Let's check it out.
Let's check it out, you guys. So if you saw in the intro, we have a hodgepodge of content creators, starting with the Hodge twins, and then we're going to sandwich Pink Book lessons in there. So the things we'll be covering today is first, we're going to dive into a woman live streams herself breaking into another woman's house to drag her while she's live streaming. Then we're going to jump into $1,000 for a ticket. Beyonce fans expose ridiculous prices, the truth about Ticketmaster scam. And then I'm going to let Donovan tell you about the third one from the Hodge twins. And it's all about exotic dancer clubs and refusal to pay for certain services.
Hey.
Dude refuses to pay for lap dance at Gentleman Club. All right, Donovan, you ready to jump into this, man?
That should be interesting. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, we're starting out with the home invasion, basically, is what you could call it. And let me make sure I've got it up. Let's do it.
When did I ever say that? Because I don't have kids right now, I can't have them at all. I was begging for a kid. Yeah, when I was having a mental breakdown, but you see me talking about that at all? Like you saying.
All right, so I wanted to play that brief part of it first, which it doesn't really give a whole lot of context. So let me tell you what's going on. So, and the Hodges twins are going to break it down for us too. But before we get into that, so what happened was, I guess it's a baby mama drama deal going on. The woman is now with the baby daddy, and she was live streaming talking about the woman who showed up at her house that you saw in the intro clip. So you ready to get into the next part of it, Donovan?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Oh,
She's talking about?
pause that bitch.
Pause that bitch. I got you. Go ahead.
All right, so
Come out! Come out! Come out!
oh my gosh.
Come outside!
This is a woman. Not a dude, a woman. It's a black woman. Look at this. See, something called 911. 911 is not going to save you. Yeah, she is coming. You need the Second Amendment. That's what you need. Man, that is crazy. Like a Terminator. You got a gun. Look like the Terminator just broke in your eye. A T-1000. Look at the people doing the thumbs up laughing. That black girl knocked that door down.
You know, I think it's discouraging that people are encouraging that kind of behavior. So apparently, the woman busting through the other lady's house was the lady that was the subject and topic of the woman inside the house that was being attacked. She was the topic of that woman's live stream. And I guess that woman didn't take too kindly to it. And you can see actually, you know, we've got it muted out, but the woman actually sets her phone up, right, on a tree to record herself. And now the police are here. Let's see what the police say about it real quick, and then we'll jump to the next topic. She messed her up pretty bad.
And me laughing, I'm not laughing at, I'm laughing at the Hodge twins reaction.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't want anybody at the wrong idea like I'm laughing at somebody getting their house broken into or getting beaten up. I'm laughing because their reaction is always hilarious. But the Second Amendment thing is right. I have a plan for, you know, at least in my ideas, if there's a home invasion, my first instinct is to go for my firearm, and I have a second one is backup. So you got to be prepared for those situations. But that's crazy right there.
Yeah, and I agree with you. But on the back end of that, you know, in the light of, you know, the censorship going on, you know, this would be a perfect excuse for, you know, them to come up with some crazy thing. You know, I will say, should the girl have been talking that smack and talking that trash, and especially if the woman truly did have a child with the man, this woman doesn't have a child with him. Like, this is just pure drama. And, you know, maybe if she wouldn't have said anything, she wouldn't have got that smack down, beat down. Now, no, I will not teach my child that words will hurt you. We don't believe in hate speech. We believe that we should have tough skin. If someone's being disrespectful, then we handle it accordingly. All right, so we got the first one down. So you ready to jump into the second one? You got any final thoughts on that piece?
I think we're good. Let's go into it. The next one.
Yeah, let's definitely get into the next one. So you guys, this is addressing the recent, you know, Beyonce won country album of the year and artist of the year, I believe, as well. And this is just, to me, the whole situation is complete lunacy. But a lot of great points are made on this that, you know, are we spending our money wisely? Are we being good stewards? You know, and I want everyone to pay attention, close attention to the timing of the ticket sales and how much they are. And if they don't bring it up, I will bring it up at the end of it. All right, you ready, Donovan? Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And all that good stuff for $17.95. But this right here, baby, this right here, $3,000. Who is smoking the at the Ticketmaster office?
And the ticket in the sky is $580. Girl, what? Girl. Okay, girl. What? Girl. Okay, something popped up. What's this? You know what?
How do you even pay that much for Renaissance? If I let y'all in my business, my Renaissance.
Okay, so that was the first part, and here's the second part.
Is you cool?
Beyonce, Buki, get your friends, because ain't no way I paid $500 to sit on the floor by the stage for Renaissance tour, and y'all charging over $1,000 for nosebleeds for Cowboy Carter. Please be serious. Please be serious. That don't make no sense. For the price of these tickets, you, your husband, your kids, your mama, your siblings, I hope you're on good terms with Matthew, Julius, better be back there, stretching, warming up to perform for their lives on this month tour, because this is outrageous.
Did you hear that?
Outrageous. I can. Your siblings, I hope you're on good terms with Matthew. Julius better be back there, stretching, warming up to perform for their lives on this month tour, because this is outrageous. Outrageous. I cannot believe y'all got people out here paying more for tickets than for rent to be sitting in the clouds. Are you for real? Are you for real? Like, it don't even make no sense. And Ticketmaster, count your days, because dynamic pricing should be illegal. Y'all deserve jail, prison, Azkaban even. Y'all have truly tried it. And what is the point of sending out pre-sale codes and to 80,000 mother fans if y'all only gonna release 5 month tickets? Like, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Beyonce, I don't know who the hell you think you are. For Beyonce, I actually understand. I actually get it. That's my bad. I forgot who I was talking to. But just please help us. The kids are hungry. Help us. Make no damn sense.
She's absolutely right. The surge pricing model is straight up terrible. Ticketmaster needs to do away with the dynamic pricing and those resale tickets listed directly on their site because the whole system is a scam. It's ridiculous. They're letting prices skyrocket based on demand and then turning around and profiting off resale tickets too. Nah, this needs to be outlawed. It's nothing but corporate greed at its finest.
Because what Ticketmaster thought was that people.
I agree with her. And she even touches on the fact that people can finance their tickets through like Klarna, Affirm. I think it's Klarna, though, is the one. And she even says that you should not be able to finance concert tickets. And what they talk about too is, which we probably don't have time to get into. So you guys, please go check out Pink Book Lessons right here on YouTube. She's a great, fantastic content creator. I've been following her for quite some time. But she also addresses the fact that it came out right around tax time when people are getting their tax refunds.
Makes sense. So that they know people will have money and they're likely to throw away money that was just given to them through a check. That's ridiculous. For one, I'm not even a fan of Beyonce, but there is a lot of controversy out here in Texas because her country music stuff's been played and nobody's even really heard it on the country music stations. And she won all these awards. So I know there's a big controversy about that. So I'm not a fan of Beyonce. I liked her back when Crazy in Love came out because I thought she was attractive, but she's not my type anymore.
Who didn't? I mean, my husband thought she was fine too.
I used to date a girl. I met a girl. I'm not going to say her name, but this was many years ago, back in 2003. And she actually resembled Beyonce. So we so-called dated for a few weeks and it ended, unfortunately, because she was very attractive. But so when I think of Beyonce, I think of her. But anyway, that's besides the point. The one girl's reaction with the glasses, it was funny how she said the nosebleeds and the camera went up to her nose.
I know.
And I like how she said $500 to sit in the clouds. I mean, look, my wife wants to go to Backstreet Boys this July, and we're not willing to pay $500 to even sit, anywhere close. I think it's out of control. I mean, look, Backstreet Boys, I get it, iconic band, but I'm not going to pay
Boys to Men.
Oh yeah, there are groups out there that I'd rather see than some of these people that have been around for a long time, like Beyonce. I'd rather see I went to go see what's her name, Michelle Branch. I'm more interested in seeing her.
I liked her. Yeah, I like her.
Yeah.
Boys to Men, they did have an outfit in Vegas. We might have to do a piece on that because, this all goes to like the Billboard Awards and the Grammys.
Mhm.
And, when Backstreet Boys came out, there was a lot of controversy as to, of course, they always pay homage, give credit where credit's due to Boys to Men, but that's when all the boy bands started coming out. And I dare to say that, New Edition, Boys to Men, they came right on the back end of all of that. So you guys, I guess the takeaway from this is, hey, if you have the money to spend on it, and you've been a fan, we're not mad at you for it. We just question, if you're paying more for a concert ticket than what your mortgage is, or even if you're paying rent, if we chose to rent for a long time because of my husband's career. We'll never do it again. But, are we being good stewards of our money? We can't answer that for you. That's on you. Just maybe some things to think about when we're trying to tighten up and we're wondering why maybe our communities are falling apart. What do we honor?
Yeah, I mean, I was playing pool one time at a bar, and then I heard a girl talking, saying she's still paying off for Taylor Swift concert tickets. I get that it's an experience, but how much are you willing to pay for that experience, and is it worth it to you in the end? So it's all, if you have the money, like I said, we're not mad at you, but don't go into massive debt over something like this. It's not worth it.
Agreed. So the very first concert I ever went to, my father took us, which is cool because now we live in West Virginia. We went to see John Denver when I was 8 years old, so I'm giving my age away. And then the very first concert I went to as a teenager, my big sister and I drove to Columbia, South Carolina to see Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood tour. And Tommy Lee, he did the rolling thing, drumming, going through the ceiling. All right, guys, let's not get distracted here. So we've got one more piece for you. We said we were going to go 10 minutes, but I think it's going to be great. Maybe we'll chop it up later. We'll see how it does. You guys, as viewers, let us know what you think. All right, let's jump into our last and final thing. So Donovan, I'm going to let you set this one up because this is kind of, I'll say it. I did my time going to establishments like that. I worked in a bar for 6 years, so we were always the after party bar, and we got a lot of these young ladies in with us. So why don't you set it up, Donovan? I got it up here on the screen, and the title, you guys, just for context, is "Dude Refuses to Pay for Lap Dance at Gentleman Club," and this is brought to you by the Hodge Twins.
All right, so I've done my time with strip clubs. I paid my dues, literally paid. If you know what I mean. But,
I got you.
And look, I will say I will never do that again. For one, I'm married now, and it's not worth the money. I'll tell you that much. But this is an interesting story right here because apparently this guy was charged one rate, then he was charged another after the service was completed. So let's jump into it.
Let's jump into it. This is going to be entertaining to be sure. Uh-oh, how did I do that? All right, guys, let's do it.
Keith, that's a bit much.
Girl,
Yeah.
female in there. She goes 35 for 30 minutes. I get to the back, and she wasn't being clear on the instructions. She starts telling me if that's the first song, that's the second song. And then I was like, okay, after 30 minutes, I was like, okay, I'll pay you my 35. And I get up to pay her the 35. And then afterwards, she's like, you owe 175.
What?
I was like, that's not what I agreed on. That's not what we negotiated on.
Okay.
So,
What?
I don't know how
Stop this
increased
madness.
that dramatic of a number from a 35 bill to a 175 bill.
Wait a minute. Stop it, Keith.
So
I'm thinking he's in a private room. Those lap dances going to cost a whole lot more money.
Well, it's per song too. Remember, it's been a long time
Yep.
since I've been there, but it's per song. The lap dance only lasts a song.
Yeah, but I've never had a lap dance, never went to a private room, anything.
Shut up, you stop lying. I ain't never been in a
Okay, so I didn't intend to play it that fully through, but I think it needs to be because there was a
Yes.
misunderstanding about the price. And I know that
Yep.
hustler move, how they operate. So I'm going to back it up just a hair bit. And let's talk about this, Donovan. What do you say?
I have a lot to say about this. So
I
as
cannot
soon as
wait.
as soon as it started playing, and I heard that the number is 35, 175. I'm a math guy, so in my head I'm like 35. I'm like, okay, must be per song. Now, like you said, this is a game they play. My days in the strip club, I would, get a lap dance. I think it was like $20 back then for a few minutes, maybe a song or so. Yeah. And real quick story, a friend of mine took me to a strip club, and then I was being a cheapskate. I had $17. No, I had $11 in my pocket. I slid her $11. She says, no, that's not enough. I said, okay. So then I gave her another $5. And she's like, no, I need more than that. I'm like, okay. So I gave her the full 20. I was being a cheapskate. Didn't think she would know, but no, she was paying attention. But like I said, my days are done at strip club, but those private rooms are expensive. I've never been to a private room. But I have a friend who did go to a private room. He was all hot and heavy, and then his eyes started to change, and then he just disappeared into this back room and came back like he was in a daze. So I don't know what happened to him back there or what goes on in the private room. I'm thinking you could pay a little more to have something else done. But you have to be careful with that.
I agree with you. I agree with you because Cardi B told us what they do. I mean, they do sexual favors. They do, get men unbeknownst to them. They've even been known to drug men, to rob them and stuff like that. So that absolutely does happen. So just to give a little bit of context to what Donovan was just saying, that's exactly what happened to this guy. And, Logic, my first question, Donovan, is do you believe that this was this guy's first time at a joint like this?
I don't think so.
I don't think so
that was-
either. So he should have known the rules, right? He should have known that he wasn't getting all that time and all those dances. But listen to how he explains how she did it, which she could have done it in a way that, you know, because their whole goal is to make the men think that they're special. So for you,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to give
true.
you 3 for the price of 1. Could that have happened? We don't know. But the point is that he ends up getting arrested. So let's get into that part of it.
Oh, wow. Pause that bitch.
Okay, so you were under the impression that you were to pay $5?
No, $35.
$35.
Yeah, $35.
And then it increased to $75.
$175.
$175.
And then she was offering.
That's what you were talking about, Donovan.
Process, a $900
Mhm.
process bill.
Okay, so you're.
And then she was offering a room for $200. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Got it. Okay.
So she did do it, and he knew exactly what was going on. So we're going to speed up a little bit because he's not just dry snitching. He starts putting it all out there. And what amazes me is that she is trying to get him to give her more money, and she's saying what she will do in exchange for it. And I believe it's illegal where they are. And that's exactly what you were talking about, Donovan. You ready?
Yep.
All right. So you didn't pay the tab at all?
No, I said I'll pay the $35, and that's what I was trying to tell him. That's fair to me.
Man, $200 is a pretty good deal. Yeah. Bust you some nuts.
Okay. So it's not about what's fair, it's about what's owed.
Yeah, well, that's what she negotiated with me. She told me 35 for 30 minutes. And then
America.
35 for 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, I already read it online. You guys are literally like some sort of prostitution ring.
There he goes. He said it's a prostitution ring.
$900 for prostitution. Okay.
And the police are on the scene, Donovan. Let's talk about this while we mute it out. You guys can go check this out on the Hodge Twins channel. So they actually arrest him for this. Did you hear the woman officer saying, well, you need to pay what you owe? I'm sorry. I think that's a civil matter, is it not?
I would think so. I would think it's a civil matter. Wait.
So his choices were, let me tell you what his choices were. His choices the officer gave him, and these are the receipts. You guys can go watch it at your leisure. So his choices were to pay the tab, right, the $175, accept a ticket to go to court. But the whole time he's refusing all of it. But at the end of the day, his choice was to either pay that tab or get put in handcuffs, not even a ticket.
So what was he saying about $900?
So what he said was that she offered $200. Hold on, let me back it up.
He just want to dance. He just want to dance. He want to bust no nuts.
She told me 35 right at the start, and I have it recorded too.
He's got it
I'm
recorded.
exploding back there.
Yeah, we got a timer back there, 3 minutes.
I'm going
They have a timer back there.
He even just said
Leave them nuts
that the
hanging
girl
out.
notified him at the end of every song.
Yeah.
That's not okay. So that's not what occurred. What actually occurred? She told me 35 for 30 minutes, and then she said
Cheap, a
that
dollar a
when we
minute.
get
Well, that's still
back
good.
there,
It's real
that's
good.
what.
No, it's per song. You remember when you go to the Keith? I've never had that.
So you
I'm
said
not a
per
pervert
song.
like you.
Let's speed it up just a little bit.
On paper saying that that's like your policy with the $35 per song. Is that on the back that sign? No. See, look at that. He shook his head no. Yeah, I said no. Okay, so you don't even notify people what's going on.
He's about to drop the goods.
She didn't know me. She said 30 minutes.
Hit all the people in the strip club.
Look at all those men in suits.
You
know they're there. You know there's an attorney in the house somewhere.
You can't be ignorant and use it as an excuse of not knowing or not paying. You can't walk into a store or to a place and
Okay, you guys, please, I need you to pay attention to the lunacy of this officer. She is trying to equate a strip club with a regular store where prices are fixed. Is that the case at a strip club? I mean, I can see where the confusion was. Can't you?
I think they can set the prices any which way they want, maybe even the spur of the moment.
Right. So this officer is trying to infer that he should have known what the price was. It was on him to know what it was. And if they're, but she's only taking the word. They're holding court right there in the parking lot on the man. I feel like.
But if he read that it was $35 for, if that's what he read in print somewhere, or if he was told that, then I mean, he's going based off of what he was told. And
That's
maybe
what
she didn't
he's
tell him.
saying. And
Yeah.
even the manager confirmed it. He was like, yeah, but then when you get in the back room, it's that lady's word against his word. And the police are taking the side of the establishment and the worker immediately.
So $35 for, so
I don't even care
for
about the
30
cost
minutes.
at this point. What I care about is the fact that they arrested the man off of hearsay. That's something that should have been handled in court. He was willing to pay the $35, right? So what we're talking about right now would not happen in the parking lot. It's either you pay your $35 or you get arrested and you go, or you get a ticket and you go to court, right? All of the stuff that they're doing right now should happen in a courtroom, not in the parking lot.
Yeah, they could have just taken the 35 and banned them from ever coming back. I mean,
but the police aren't doing that. The police are saying, well, no, they're right. You owe the 175. We've got enough witnesses here. You got to pay that or you're going to jail. That's exactly what they did to him.
Yeah, it's a tough situation right there. Like you said, these places are lured up because I went, very last time I went to one of these places, the guy I went with, he got into some kind of dispute with one of the strippers, and she called the manager over, and then the guy I was with said, "I would have this place shut down," and the guy was like, "We have lawyers like you have no idea." I was like, "Oh, okay."
So I'll tell you a quick story. In North Carolina, MAL is really big out there, and I know who the owner is. I've met him before. I've been to the MAL Christmas parties. Like you wouldn't believe the things that I've seen. And, you know, the establishment, my concern here, since we talk about law enforcement and people knowing their rights, what that police officer did and all of them was dead wrong. They had no right to arrest him. They had no right to play judge and jury. They had a right to assess the situation, maybe listen to everyone. But not once did they go into the establishment and say, okay, even with the manager confirming, now the manager of the strip club and all of that, I love the fact that they immediately take the side of the workers there, you know, especially in that kind of environment, right? And like Donovan was saying, we don't endorse that kind of behavior. This is not, you know, we're just putting information out there. So maybe if we don't land ourselves in that kind of joint, maybe we won't end up in jail no matter what happened. Our hope is that law enforcement will see things for what they are. And that was handled so badly.
I agree. Like, so you have free will to do what you want, but I recommend stay away from those places. It's my opinion.
Yeah, they're so nasty, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's all we got. We said we were going to go for 15 minutes, but man, we could squeeze 30 out, and I think it's going to be great. What do you think, Donovan?
I like it. I've kind of figured it would go, once we got into it, it would go longer than 10, 15 minutes. But hey, we had a lot to talk about. So yeah.
We did.
This
and
is
it's serious
episode
stuff.
1. So a TV episode was what, 22, 30 minutes. So there you go. Episode 1.
There you go. And it has been a pleasure. You guys, please remember to visit Mix Texan Report. You can find him on Rumble. You can find him on YouTube. And you can also find him on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter. You guys go find him on all those platforms. Make sure you sub out, follow, do all of the above. And then you guys, you know where you can find me right here on YouTube. For all you Rumblers, you can find me on the Rumble platform, Facebook, now known as Meta, as well as the X platform, formerly known as Twitter. That's all I got, Donovan. You got anything else?
We are good. Make sure you like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next one.
See y'all on the next one. What? Stop this madness.